And welcome back to our Queen City Clash LAN here in beautiful Cincinnati, Ohio. I am at 1819 Innovation Hub with my wonderful friend, Danny Konechny. How you doing, Danny?
Hi, guys. I'm doing fantastic, Cohen. I'm ready to get in some Overwatch.
I am ready as well. This is a moment you guys have all been waiting for, a rematch between two incredible teams, the University of Michigan and our own, the University of Cincinnati. We've already restarted the lobby here because bans weren't in place, but regardless, we're going to talk about those bans because we're headed off to Samoa as your first map here in the grand finals. What is the first ban? I think it was Mauga, and the other one was Tor.
Yeah, so the University of Cincinnati banned Mauga, but first University of Michigan banned the Torbjorn. So Zek this next going to be, not able to use that Torbjorn hero, not able to use his little Timmy turret.
That's right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. We haven't seen Samoa played at all in this entire series, so this is the first time Samoa's coming around. And we're going to see the same exact lineups potentially here between both of the teams. It's going to be just a Ramatra lineup. Zek is probably going to opt for the Sojourn. I got my prod team laughing about something. I really want to know what it is, guys. Please tell me. What? We have played Samoa?
Not like in the tournament, sure we have, but not.
Yeah, what are these guys talking about? Get a load of these guys, bro.
We haven't played anything this series.
Okay, guys.
Doesn't matter.
Guys. Let me be.
You guys are behind the scenes for a reason. Right?
All right, regardless, we're headed off here. We got the Ramatra lineup. What are you thinking here, Danny?
I'm liking the Ramatra off here. I think Stifty's very comfortable on it, and we've seen Toby1 definitely prove that he's one of the better Ramatras here at this tournament. I mean, he made it to grand finals, so he's got to be pretty good.
Indeed. This is a $900 prize pool tournament, so the team that wins this gets $500 right into their bank account, which is pretty insane. Both teams have clutched at least a place in the standings here, obviously. It's grand finals, so one team will be going home with the first place trophy, and one will have the second place winnings. But regardless here, starting out on the point, we have UC taking a really strong pressure point here. Both Ramatras are going to kind of play around this middle point here, and unfortunately on this first Samoa submap, I'm not quite sure what the name of this one is, but the Ramatras kind of want to play right in the middle here because there's a really good cover point and there's not much that you can do unless, of course, you're Rowan and you have this off angle here that's really, really good.
Yeah, Rowan, he's the king of these off angles, taking all of them and making them work no matter where he seems to be. He'll always land that nice railgun shot right on the head of someone and see if he can do it right here. No, he gets slept in the back line, but Nacho luckily is there to save his life with that Suzu and pick up a kill of his own on the Claymore.
I really like this play by the University of Cincinnati. Rowan just getting in there and sliding in is a very, very risky play. That Soj cooldown, I think, is 7 or 8 seconds, so it's very risky to go in like that, but it doesn't matter because UC took the point there. And one of the biggest pressure points that we've seen in an entire tournament, and I've talked about so many times, is going to be Ana. Nacho is rocking the Kuriko, which might be a ban later in this matchup, but Ana, especially Doppelganger's Ana, we've seen it many times before when we've watched Michigan. His Ana is very, very good, and so is Nacho's. Those two have been battling out to see which Ana is the better one in this tournament.
Got some support ults coming out now. I think the Kitsune Rush might have gotten canceled there from Dino's railgun shot to the head after he got nanoed from Doppelganger. He does find Nacho, but the point is still in the favor of UC. I don't think that'll last for very long when Dino does stuff like that. Toby1 finding Stifty as well there, and that's going to be the point flip for Michigan.
UC did get 36% there, so that basically is just one team fight too if you make it quick. But one of the biggest things to keep an eye on here is UC's ult charge right now. Their ult charge is very, very strong. They have 4 ults approaching, but so does the University of Michigan, and they do have that point advantage, which is going to play in their part. And once again, looking at Doppelganger here, one of the biggest things is going to be getting an anti down this main strip right now because they have point advantage. They're going to just use that anti to go out unless Claymore goes out quick. He almost does there, and by Rowan, but Rowan does stabilize, but Dino does have that overclock ready to go. Nacho goes out, but that forces out the lightning beat, which UC still doesn't have this point, so they're forced all the way back, unfortunately, here, but at the expense of multiple ultimates by the Wolverines.
Yeah, Toby1 did use that Annihilation, but Claymore did hold on to that sound barrier, whereas Lightning did let that one go, so they Bearcats will not have any defensive ultimates, but they don't really have anything to worry about in terms of the arsenal for Michigan. Whereas Claymore, he's got a beat, but he has 2 DPS ultimates to counter. So if the University of Cincinnati layer these very, very well, it should look advantageous for them.
Yeah, one big thing that the University of Cincinnati wants to play around right now is going to be this Blizzard, and especially if they can get that tank stuck in it, that forces out the Lucio beat right now. Rowan drops out that overclock looking to get anything. You just traded Lucio beat, and I was just talking about Zek this next Blizzard. This is a perfect opportunity for Cincinnati to recapture this point if they drop it perfectly, and that's exactly what's going to happen right now as Toby Wan goes out immediately there by Nacho, and that Blizzard is amazing here for the Bearcats, but that isn't too good because it looks like there is some staggering going on by the Wolverines here to get this up to 90% in favor, and it's still going. But if you're a Wolverine, I think you take that Lucio beat out of your pocket now is it's not too good, but you do have a lot to work around right now.
Yeah, I definitely think if you're a Wolverine, you're definitely okay with that. Stifty also committed the Annihilation there, and there's a nice nano onto Toby Wan there. Gonna try and pummel down Stifty, and Stifty's just forced to block now. Toby Wan's still at pretty much max HP as the Kitsune rush now from Nacho coming out, and Toby Wan's now forced to back up, throw down that shield, and restabilize with the rest of his team. But Zek the Snack finds a nice shot there onto Dino, sending him back to the spawn room, and Stifty gets Doppelganger. That should hopefully be a fight win for the Bearcats.
It looks like that will be a fight win indeed, as this is going to head to one team fight remaining in this match, or not match, this sub-map, sorry, I apologize, as we're approaching 80% here. The ult percentages for both sides looking pretty much even. I mean, Toby Wan is approaching his Ramattra ultimate. They do have Pulse with Waddle Dee as well, and Dino approaches that overclock, but they have no support ultimates in their bank, but Lightning has that Lucio sound barrier, and that's exactly kind of what we're going to see play around right now. Stifty is antied, that Suzu comes out, and that Pulse Bomb is absolutely whiffed off to the side, unfortunately there, and UC still has this point, and we're heading into our first overtime situation as that overclock does come out here by Dino looking for anything at all. It is now ended, and that forces out Zek this next Cairo. Nothing going on whatsoever. It's still back and forth. Nobody dead quite yet, and it's going to look very colorful on your screen as Rowan takes out one looking for another. Toby Wan tries. Rowan takes out Toby Wan and takes out another one. Claymore goes down as well, and this is going to be Rowan showcasing how good of a Sojourn as he is, as he gets a 4K and absolutely secures this deal for the Bearcats, sending us off to 0-1 in favor of UC.
Rowan putting on just the most disgusting performance there on the Sojourn right at the end there with that overclock, just dominating the back line of the Wolverines there. Very, very well played from him.
That indeed, but we're going to see kind of the same exact. I don't think Toby Wan's going to go to the Doomfist. I think that might be a little bit of troll. Unless it isn't. Unless it isn't. Does he not swap off?
Maybe on this volcanic submap with that pit and stuff, maybe he knows something we don't.
Yeah, no, he's going to go to the Ramattra. I was going to say, I don't like Doom into May Ram and Lucio Curie.
It would be fun to watch.
It'd be kind of risky, but yeah, regardless, it'd be fun to watch. They're going to have pretty much the same exact stuff here. Doppelganger's still going to have that Ana. But like I said, Nacho staying on the Kiriko is definitely something that UC needs to have right now because Ana is just so deadly. And you're going to kind of see it here as Zek is forced to May block right there because of that anti.
Yeah, now Toby Wan kind of forced to go to the point, and Stifty forced to use that Nemesis form now, blocking some of these incoming shots, but throwing some punches as well. Gets anti, but does get that Suzu off from Nacho as Lightning gets a nice kill onto Waddle Dee, marking that Tracer out. Now the Bearcats going to try and advance towards this point as it starts ticking in favor of the Wolverines, but Stifty is there to hold it down for now and contest it, make sure that they don't capture it right away. Stifty is on half HP and gets the Suzu out from Nacho. Zek the Stack falling real, but Stifty finds one onto Toby Wan. Dino now in the back line, trying to make something work with this very little rail charge that he has, and I think that's going to be a disengage here call for the Wolverines as the Bearcats take that first point.
That indeed. It looks like Bearcats will have a nice presence here on this point. They have a lot of ult percentage to work around. They have that Kiriko rush. Lightning will get that sound barrier very soon. It looks like he's been playing really well in Lucio, and I think Claymore has as well, to give him some credit. I think both of these Lucios have been playing fantastically well. One thing that they want to do is get their tank in, and that's kind of what Toby Wan wants to do right now, but that might be at the expense of his life as he's at 60 HP and he finally gets out there.
That was a really well-played boop from Lightning there, making sure that the Winston doesn't actually engage onto the back line and just kind of falls short and almost loses his life. Overclock now coming out for Dino as the Nano Boost comes onto Toby Wan, but the Kitsune Rush comes out for Nacho at the cost of his life. Lightning now trying to make something work, but Dino with that Overclock still getting some value, but Toby Wan does fall as the sound barrier comes out now for Lightning. Stifty now 80 HP to his name. Has got the Annihilation if he really needs it, but he's really looking to hold on to it as Nacho comes back. Pulse Bomb, unfortunately, does go wide once again. Now there's a lot of ultimates on the board for the Bearcats in this next fight.
Yeah, in the Bearcat shoes here, you don't want to use really anything. You have a really strong hold on this point as you're already at 60%. And once again, we're going to be looking around this Blizzard by Zek the Snack, but that doesn't matter because that Lucio barrier does come out in response to Rowan's overclock, but that doesn't matter because Stifty takes out Toby1, Doppelganger goes out, and that's a double kill there for Rowan. Actually a triple kill there, and he absolutely just cleans up.
Did he get the quad?
Maybe. It's going to look like we're going to get a little stagger here. Yeah, well, I mean, that's expected. We're at 80% already. The Wolverines cannot give up any more players or any more time here whatsoever. But, I mean, Rowan and that overclock is absolutely so deadly and so crucial for the Bearcats to secure this, as we are at 90%.
That was this is looking really, really dire for the Wolverines. The Bearcats have 2 ults to their name. The Wolverines, they might get this this Primal Rage, and Rowan getting a nice shot there onto Waddley. The overtime timer now engages. The Blizzard now coming out from Zek the Snack, as well as the Annihilation. Zek the Snack gets a nice double kill there, clicking on some heads as the May, and that's going to be your first map in the favor of the Bearcats. UC take that 2-0 over the Wolverines.
Yeah, an absolute amazing Samoa win there for UC. We didn't see that at all from the Bearcats there from the last matchup. UC actually got 3-0'd by Michigan, so this is very, very surprising and really looking good for the Bearcats, especially them coming out of a 3-2 victory over Penn State just previously about 30 minutes ago, so they are looking very, very strong right now.
This play of the game with Rowan, too.
Yeah,
he went insane there.
But regardless, we're going to send you off to a quick break as we're already 1-0. UC has the lead over the Wolverines right now, but we'll be back with our map pick and our hero bands. All right, and welcome back to our Queen City Clash LAN here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Is 1-0. UC has the lead over the Wolverines. We are headed off to Watchpoint Gibraltar, one of the most famous dive maps. This is, if you're a dive tank, dive DPS, anything, you're loving this right now. And I do have some prod people raising their hands up and down because I do have 2 dive tanks running the stream right now. But regardless, is Watchpoint Gibraltar. What are you thinking, Danny?
I'm hoping we see a little bit of the Rowan Widow, because I like seeing Widow on, especially this first point on Watchpoint Gibraltar. Widow can be absolutely very dominant, having just free reign over that whole area, especially if you're on defense in that back. And we are going to see Stifty on the Maga, and we are going to see Rowan on the Widow. I don't know, are they attacking first?
Yeah, UC will be attacking first, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But Stifty opting for the Hazard. We've seen Hazard many times before played by Stifty, so this wouldn't be too surprising. In this tournament specifically, I actually don't know if I've seen him play Hazard at all, but I'm not surprised. I think he does have a Hazard in the back that he doesn't really want to showcase too many times, but it is 1-0. It is grand finals. You want to do everything you can to secure that money prize pool of $500 and get that beautiful trophy, that glass trophy. If you haven't seen it, it's on our Twitter right now. It's on UC Overwatch Twitter and UC Esports Twitter, so go ahead and give those a like and a shout. We have fantastic graphics crew that absolutely cooked on those graphics, so those are absolutely beautiful. But regardless, we're starting out here on Watchpoint Gibraltar. 4 minutes up on the clock for UC.
Rowan just went for the shot out of the spawn door on the Widow, opting to go for the much more consistent Ashe here, which I don't hate. I think it's just as a Widow enjoyer, I wanted to see that selfishly, but I think the Ashe is definitely a much better pick here. As Zach, you know, just kind of 1v1ing this D.Va on the corner now, as the D.Va now peels for Stifty's Hazard, diving on the back line now. Rowan falling to half HP there underneath, and Stifty, excuse me, gets antied and has to dive out now. You see her trying to set up these angles with this Ashe and the rest of the backline. It's Lightning.
Oh.
That is a wild pick on the Waddle D with the whip shot. Did he get him off the map or something?
I'm not sure. I don't think it would be off the map, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got recall out and got that abused, but that doesn't matter because Dino gets a headshot there on Rowan, and now that we're back to being even. But it kind of looks like Wolverines are going to use this high ground. What we've seen from UC previously is them playing under, and that's kind of what we've seen in a lot of high-level tournament play. It's just utilizing the underground if you don't really have a good sustain on that high ground. But regardless, Wolverines are utilizing it, and that doesn't matter because Dino is going to be so deadly up here, and that's what we're going to see now. 2.5 minutes remain. Ult economy looking pretty much the same for both sides. Dino is approaching that Bob, which will be huge, but Doppelganger at 1 HP almost goes out there. I'm not sure by who.
I think what the Bearcats are trying to do is they're trying to split the focus here of the Wolverines. Waddle is kind of the only one that's marking out these players that are underneath this this bridge, whereas the rest of the Wolverines are on the high ground here and raining down hell upon the core of the Bearcats, and it seems to be working out for them. Only 2 minutes remain now on this attack, so the Bearcats have got to start making something happen soon. Now they do have some ultimates to try and get this going, and Rowan gets a nice pick there onto Dino. They might not need to use these ultimates, but they do opt to go for the nano boost onto Stifty, who unfortunately gets slept as he dives in, so isn't going to get much value out of that. But they are going to push this cart just a little bit further under this bridge and up onto this final little push here.
Yeah, and what you're going to see here from UC is they want to get that from out of under the bridge, and that's going to force out Bob right now from Michigan, but that doesn't matter because Claymore goes down right there. One support down on the Wolverine side. That rally comes out from Lightning. Stifty on 1 HP. Bob from the Bearcats is also out as well, and they're shooting at each other, but still only a minute and a half here. UC needs to make something work now, but that doesn't matter because once again Toby Wan goes down there, and it might be secured here for the Bearcats, and it is.
I think the Bearcats made something work there. They made it work very well. They forced the D.Va out of the position that she wanted to play in and converged on that back line. Zach the Snack putting in some real work on that venture now. 2 ults on the board for the Wolverines. The Bearcats only got 1, but they're working on the second one with that venture ult now. Dino's up on the high ground here, just raining down with these dynamites. Cards getting pushed very slowly now.
Yeah, you're going to see kind of the similar play style here from Dino and Rowan. They're both going to play Ashe very, very similarly. They want to poke out, and that's what you're going to see there. Rowan, nice headshot there on Dino. Is he able to get another? Up on this spaceship is so crucial here for the Bearcats. They have so much high ground and usage that they can just absolutely abuse anybody, and that's going to force out Bomb. This bomb from the Wolverines, I really, really don't like at all because, look, Rowan is just absolutely decimating everybody. You're already down 3 people, and you're ulting to get out. I get to stay alive, but I don't know how much it was worth. You could have used it right here to recontest this point, but that doesn't matter because now it's under 3 meters, and it's going to be really hard, especially with this hazard ult.
I didn't know that the D.Va could eat that ult, so that's a cool thing I didn't know there. So it doesn't really matter against her, but against the rest of the team, it was absolutely deadly as Zek the Snack follows up with that Venture ult now, managing to find the baby D.Va. But Claymore's managing to stay alive despite getting bombarded by, you know what, as I say that, never mind, he falls to Stiff T. And I think the Bearcats are going to get a nice clean cap here. Well, I mean, Toby1 went to Doom to touch the point, but Waddle Dee falls soon, and right after that, Dino falls once again. The Nano Boost went out on to Lightning. I don't know if the Bearcats needed that, but they probably just wanted to use it just to secure that final capture.
You want to secure it as quickly as possible because now you have 3.5 minutes back up on this time bank. And if you're playing in the grand finals, you don't want to waste any time. You just want to get it done. You want to go in and you want to absolutely decimate everything that's standing in your path. And that's exactly what the Bearcats did right there. Now, if you're on the Wolverine side, you're gonna be kind of happy with where they're standing. They have a Bob. They swapped over to Sigma now, which is kind of a risky pick, all right? Because the hazard right now, how Stiff T is playing, he wants to absolutely abuse the tank. So it's going to be kind of dependent on your supports to really keep you up. But that doesn't matter because Bob is coming in here from Rowan, looking to hopefully keep a hold on this point.
We had both Bobs come out there, and I think Nacho actually slept the one from Dino, but Rowan's Bob is the superior one as it gets a pick onto Waddle Dee there. Doppelganger does have this nano boost in case he needs it, but Rowan is just absolutely locked in today on these on this Ashe. Nacho falling to low HP, but managing to stay alive still. Zek the Snack's now in the back line. Had a nade come out onto him, but did not affect him. The sleep dart goes a little bit wide as the nano boost comes out now onto Toby1. Can Toby1 find any picks? Lightning did use that rally, but Claymore's the one to find Zek the Snack there with those kunai taps. Toby1 on 1 HP and anti. Can he find some help? Yes, he does. Here comes the ultimate now from the hazard. Will he find any follow-up there with it? Doesn't really look like it, unfortunately, for now. Rowan, nice shot there onto Dino. He's getting peppered now by Waddle Dee. Waddle Dee is forced to retreat, though. Rowan now taking this high ground.
Yeah, as you see there, one of the biggest things is playing around these Suzus. No Suzu in the Wolverine's pocket right now, and that's exactly what Rowan's going to capitalize on. Claymore goes down, Doppelganger as well as Stiff T follows up on that. Next, Rowan and Nacho go down there from the Wolverines. It's a very even fight, ladies and gentlemen, but that doesn't matter because it looks like the Wolverines will come out on top as Stiff T is only left with his Brigitte, and it is looking very bad here for the Bearcats. But hey, you still have a minute and a half to make things work. But how I kind of said earlier is what you want to do is you don't want to waste too much time in these matchups. You want a full cap with a lot of time left in the time bank. You're going to be under 1 minute now, probably when you full cap, or if you full cap, that is. And now you're going to be kind of playing against the clock permanently for the entire rest of the map. And we're going to see that now as Stiff T walks over to that Ramatra, which we've seen from Stiff T this entire tournament.
Yeah, we had a couple swaps there. Nacho also going on to the Juno, opting for that as opposed to the Ana. Get a bit more healing, and you get the Orbital Ray there to match with the Annihilation ult. Waddle Dee does have a Pulse Bomb, but it's not going to matter much when Stiff T finds Toby1. The Pulse Bomb does go out on the Zek the Snack, who doesn't have the Cryo to save himself, but the Dynamite and the Bob from Rowan are crucial for the Bearcats here. Stiff T does find Claymore as well, but the Bob now out from Dino. Doesn't matter though when he's dead. The Bob on point trying to make something happen. Actually, that was Rowan's Bob, excuse me. Toby1 swapped over to the Wrecking Ball in order to touch, but it doesn't matter when Rowan's Bob is just lighting up everyone. And that's going to be the full cap for the Bearcats with 21 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that Bob was so crucial there from Rowan. We kind of seen that when we were spectating him, how he was sitting right behind a box and that Ana was shooting him. Ana's shots do 75 damage, by the way. He was 71 HP, so one shot to the face and he would have been gone. But regardless here, Now it's UC's turn to defend, and one thing that the Bearcats are going to want to do is waste as much time as possible, and we might see what they did last time on, who were they playing against on Gibby? I forget who they were playing against.
I don't remember, but they had that bunker strat,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
that's what you're going for?
They bunkered underground because they don't really have that high ground presence that they really want, and that really worked in their favor as they burned 3 minutes off the clock just by doing that. And that is probably what we're going to see here. They're running the same exact composition that they ran last time in this similar situation, and they play it so well, and it's probably going to work again. But I think the Wolverines know that every team has their VODs. They love VOD reviewing, especially in tournaments. You want to look at what other teams are doing, and the Wolverines have a chance to capitalize on that. And we might see the UC play it differently because they have that in the back of their head.
Yeah, the Wolverines definitely are aware of this style of play. I don't know if they're going to expect it to come out right this minute. So they may lose a fight or two and then realize, okay, this is what they're doing, and then they're going to change and decide, hey, how are we going to work around this? What are we going to do? But we should see... Well, actually, the Bearcats are going to start up on a high ground, Cohen.
Yeah, that's exactly... I was kind of assuming that because they don't want to really run on this low ground, because I think that's kind of what the Wolverines were trying to do there, is not play under the low ground. They want to force that high ground presence. That's what's going to happen here. But Dino is already 1 HP. I think Rowan, this entire series so far, has been keeping tabs on Dino all the time. I think unfortunately Dino hasn't been able to really capitalize off of any space whatsoever, because Rowan just knows, if I can secure my counterpart off, it doesn't matter what happens. And that's how we got here. We're already to the underground, like we were just saying before.
I did see, though, that Toby1 did try and go over the high ground and do like a split attack here. Didn't really work out for him as he just gets forced back to the rest of his team, but UC are opting for this bunker under the bridge strategy, and it's working out so well for them as Zek the Snack does find a doppelganger now. Stifty is falling to very, very low HP, does not quite get DMAC'd yet, as Dino finds one of the lightning. Toby1 does get DMAC'd, and Rowan finds the final blow onto the Baby Diva as well. Stifty still very, very low here, trying to stay alive, but Zek the Snack does find Dino. I think Waddlebee's going to try and spawn hold lightning here.
Yeah, this is a risky play here by Waddlebee, because we've seen lightning kill him before, and that might happen here. That recall's already out, but regardless, we're going to see UC play this the same exact way. Like I said before, they want to do this split composition. They want to have pressure from both sides and force Toby1 to make a decision, and that's what Toby1's doing right here, and it might get him killed or demac'd. That pulse bomb came out. I don't know if it hit anybody. It was close, though. It was much closer than last time. But regardless, like I was saying, this is where you got to make a decision. That high noon comes out along with that blizzard, and it is looking good here for UC. Actually, I take that back, as Toby1 secures 2 kills there on Rowan and Lightning. Now 3v4, and it looks like the Bearcats are on the running trail as that Cairo is forced out, and Toby1 is absolutely cooking on D.Va right now, just blowing up the entire UC line.
Yeah, and I think we might see a little bit of a stagger, but I guess he was right on point. There's not really a point to stagger, though. Toby1 does have that self-destruct in case he wants to just kind of just a little bit and hold the Bearcats out of this area so they don't get a chance to touch. But Rowan's got a nice TP set up for the rest of his team, and here comes that orbital ray now from Nacho, answered with the rally from Claymore and a giant nade from Doppelganger, but no follow-up available there for it. Rowan still trying to beam down this DV. Toby1 does find a Zek the Snack, though. Toby1 on half HP, very, very low, has to fall back. Opts to use the self-destruct now. Lightning,
oh my goodness.
Using the rally, and Rowan able to find Claymore now. That rally from Lightning really putting in the work. Waddle Dee now forced to recall after getting bashed in that rally. But
they got point.
The point got capped. I didn't even notice that. It was so locked in.
So one of the things I think I just witnessed was a teleport bomb. I don't think you did you catch that?
I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
no.
Rowan had a TP set up on the other side of point, and I think we just seen Bomb get teleported to the other side of the point, but it didn't get anybody. But regardless, that is one thing to keep in mind. You can teleport the D.Va Bomb in the Symmetra teleporter, and I think Rowan tried capitalizing on that. But regardless, 3 minutes back up on the clock here for the Wolverines. They're in a really good spot as they have 3 ults ready to go, but that doesn't matter because Dino almost goes out there. This is a really aggressive play, and here comes Overclock. Is he able to get one? No, he isn't, because he's forced out by Stifty, and this is probably going to be an unfortunate overclock here for the Wolverines.
Yeah, understanding how impactful that Ana has been, and as they continue to be, as the nano boost does come out now onto Tobywan, the Symmetra fortification barrier does come out though in order to counter that out, and Tobywan does not find anything with that nano boost. Now Stifty kind of getting body blocked here by this D.Va and falling very, very low, but Tobywan getting low on his own. Dino finishing the kill onto Stifty, unfortunately there. Claymore falling really, really low with an anti-nade, but doesn't get finished off either. Zek the Snack has this Blizzard in hand, but he's probably going to wait for the D.Va to get demeched so that he doesn't get eaten by that.
Yeah, 2 minutes still up on the clock here for the Wolverines. They're in a really good spot as they're just absolutely rolling. And you're going to see that here as Tobywan does not have a care in the world, but he does get mech for it. That D-mech comes out, forces out bombs. Zek the Snack is still gone. 2 meters remain in this second point. That Brigitte rally is out here. Lightning has his own up very, very soon. He's going to opt for that. Nacho has that nano boost as well. Now 3 ults looking for the Bearcats. They are in a very good spot. Rowan gets one as that Blizzard comes out, gets another. Tobywan out next, and Rowan is absolutely cooking on this Symmetra as he is a full beam, full speed ahead here for the Bearcats.
Waddle Dee's recall is also forced out there, and he does find Lightning, but not after getting traded out by Rowan. Rowan now, a little bit of an aggressive TP, setting up some turrets, and TP's right back out to set up on the high ground now. Bearcats looking for two almost 3 ults now, and Zek the Snack making the swap over to the Torbjorn here now.
Ooh, a Pharah pick here.
Yeah.
This is going to be definitely interesting here because Rowan is not on that favorite Soj of his, and the only really counters to Pharah right now is going to be that Ana and Torbjorn. We're still at 2 meters with 1 minute remaining in this as that nano boost does come out here on Tobywan, but that hazard ult takes out one as Zek the Snack goes out. Now 4v5 here, Tobywan on 1 HP, looking absolutely desperate for any type of healing as Waddle Dee cleans up another one here potentially. Yes, he does. Rowan goes out, and this will probably be a point win for the Wolverines if they play it correctly, but Bearcats are still stalling this. We're still at 45 seconds. Lightning finally goes out here. Ooh, I don't know about the Symmetra wall.
I'm wondering if Rowan's gonna swap here.
Yeah,
because of the full cap. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he doesn't swap here, it might be a little interesting. They do opt for the Ramatra. We'll see what Rowan swaps to. He does swap to the Ashe because I was getting a little scared there. He used that sim wall with 4 people were dead, so but that doesn't really matter. He was just trying to help out the last person stalling, and that's why I was saying earlier, you want to waste as much time as possible. We've seen that on first point. UC burnt out 3 minutes off the clock once again, and they're playing this really well. But regardless, if you're Wolverine, you are very, very happy with what's going on right now because you have 1:30 left in the bank. It's basically the same exact spot that the UC Bearcats were in last time, and you have a lot of ults brewing. You have 4 ults approaching.
Yeah, Rowan also being the dive target for Tobywan on the D.Va and Waddle Dee's Tracer now as well. Waddle Dee just trying to take the attention off of Lightning and Rowan. Doesn't really matter though when you get a Cheeto to the face by Zek the Snack like that. My God, that was a nice shot from him. Nano Boost does come out onto Tobywan, but they are going to be forced to retreat after that nice shot from Zek the Snack there.
Yeah, we have 1 minute remaining here in Watch Point Gibraltar, and there are 3 ults ready for both sides here momentarily. Bearcats are in a very good spot as Nacho approaches that nano boost as well. Stifty has the bomb as well. And if you're going to use D.Va Bomb, you're going to place it right on point, especially on defense. You want to get everybody off a point as quickly as possible. 40 seconds remain.
Waddle Dee's got the pulse bomb. It does go a little bit wide. It might have broken the shield of Lightning, but Lightning has the rally just in case he needs it. There it goes, actually on the side of Claymore, and Nacho does find one onto Waddle Dee as well as a massive nade. There's the Molten Core from Zek the Snack as well to force them off point for just a little bit longer as they get a nice reset for this final fight. Only 20 seconds remaining. 3 ultimates on the board for the Bearcats, but Rowan gets taken out early.
Yeah, now it's a 4v4 here because Waddle Dee is still on his way back, but if you're Wolverine, you want to go full speed ahead now, and that's exactly what might happen here now as Dino gets a nice headshot there on Stifty, looking for one, looking towards that Zek the Snack. Is he able to get him with this overclock? I'm not sure because that Brigitte rally is out. Now that nano boost from Nacho comes out as well. Bob from Rowan. Stifty gets one. Claymore goes down. Now 4v5 here. Rowan's Bob is out, is still very C9able, and it is another C9 by the Michigan Wolverines. Bearcats lead 2-0 here after they take Watch Point Gibraltar.
Wow, that was just incredible there from the Bearcats. All of those ults were like perfectly placed. The nano boost from Nacho onto Stifty really forced out Tobywan there. He was trying to make something happen with I can't think of his name now that I'm remembering the play. The Sojourn.
Oh, yeah.
He was trying to make something happen with that Sojourn overclock to try and take out Zach the Snack on the Torbjorn.
Yeah.
And there was nothing they could do because Stifty was in there with his own nano, just stuffing him in.
Exactly. But regardless, UC leads 2-0, sends us off the match point here in Grand Finals. An absolute flip of the story that we've seen previously as Michigan 3-0'd UC. UC is absolutely responding perfectly right now. They're in a fantastic spot. They don't have map pick, but that doesn't matter because we're going to go to a break. Don't leave too long. This is my Dr. Pepper, by the way. I know Eric's watching. Hi, Eric. Anyways, we're going to head off to a break here for your map pick and hero bands. Be right back. And welcome back to our grand final matchup here. University of Cincinnati versus the Wolverines, the University of Michigan, sorry. It is our match point. 2-0 UC leads here after they took Watch Point Gibraltar last match. And just sending us off with an absolute statement here. What do you think, Danny, on our map choice here on New Junk City?
I like New Junk City. I think if you're going to play Flashpoint, you don't want to take the Bearcats to Suravasa. That's their home and native land. So they're going to go to New Junk City. And the Wolverines banned Sojourn this match.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. I mean, they don't like Rowan. They know he's an issue. They want to get him out. But one thing to keep in mind is Zek the Snack. We see a lot of good things from Zek. He wants to pop off when he can. When he doesn't, he lets Timmy do the work. So Timmy might be an issue, good old Timmy. But regardless, we're headed off here on to New Junk City. Junker Queen is banned as well, by the way. You see a lot of Junker Queen played on New Junk City because that's where Junker Queen lives, I think. Is that the lore?
So,
yeah,
like
she lives in New Junk City. So, but she's banned. And we'll just see a Mercy. I'm going to throw up.
We're not actually saying.
So we're going to turn off stream now because Mercy is getting played. So we're not going to let that happen.
Cohen's the #1 Mercy hater in UCal.
All right, so one thing that I want to show you, if you want to pan to my camera real quick here, on the back of my phone is a Mercy sticker right here. You see this? This is fantastic. This is fantastic.
What? Say that again?
What?
Say that again?
It's fantastic, guys. It reminds me every day why I love Overwatch. Smile. Regardless, we're headed into New Junk City. 2-0, UC has the lead over the Wolverines.
Going for a bit of a Ramatra mirror here. You know, Stifty's very, very comfortable on that Ramatra. So is Toby-Wan. The Wolverines opting to run for the Lucio Curie route, and the Bearcats are using the Brig Juno. So both speedy comps in their own right. But definitely played a little bit different now as Stifty's kind of forced into that Nemesis form and is falling very, very low, but there's a good wall there from Zek the Snack.
I think this Pharah from the Wolverines is going to be so powerful, especially if the Bearcats are going to continuously group up like this. I think it might work in the Wolverines' favor, but that doesn't matter because Claymore is already out, and Rowan is on this backline taking an off angle, which is kind of crucial here for the Bearcats, especially to keep this Pharah in check.
I want to mention, no one has even capped the point yet. It's still at 0-0. No one's even made an attempt for it.
And look at the ult charge.
Yeah. This is basically like second fight already.
Yeah.
Rowan does finally get the capture going for the Bearcats as they start ticking towards 100%, but Toby-Wan's on the backline of UC, but that's a fantastic wall there from Zek the Snack, making...
Rowan!
Oh, Rowan's popping off already. He is locked in, ladies and gentlemen. He's got the Deadeye if he needs it, but he's not going to use it here. Why would he?
He already has his first perk as well, as we're already up to 30%. He got a nice double headshot onto two people, not just one, but two. And regardless, we're already looking at a full set of ultimates approaching here for the University of Cincinnati and Michigan alike. It's going to be a very colorful fight as that Juno Ray does come out here from Nacho. 55% already for UC, and they're in a really good spot right now to make this a one-team fight point.
Kitsune Rush now coming out for Doppelganger, but it's countered by that Deadeye, but the barrage comes out from Nervy Titan, taking out Rowan, but Stiffy trades out Nervy Titan. Waddleby does hit that pulse bomb onto Stifty, removing him from the fight, and Waddleby takes out Lightning, but the point is still being stalled by Zek the Snack in that cryo block on the point. He's still got more cryo to work with. He's just going to stall that all the way up to 99%.
And that's exactly what you want to do. Waddledy absolutely showing up there with that pulse bomb and gets a 3K as well to follow up with it, securing that point capture for the Wolverines here. Now the Wolverines are in a kind of sticky situation. They have 2 ultimates to work with. Bearcats are approaching 3, and especially that Lightning rally is going to be so crucial for Michigan, and we may see that momentarily as we're up to 30% already. UC's got to make this quick to make this one team fight, and that's what's going to happen here. Stifty is already in with that Nemesis form ready to go, and we might see that Lightning goes out by Waddledy, which is not good here for the Bearcats.
Stifty now walking out of the back line, but the Curie is just going to TP out, and Waddleby finds another one there onto Nacho, forcing the sound barrier out from Claymore. I guess not forcing it out, but making sure that fight is won there for the Wolverines. Bearcats now approaching 5 ultimates for this recontest. They better not use all 5 of them. That would be really silly. But if they layer them very smartly, that should be an easy fight win for them.
Yeah, this
Toby-Wan does have that Annihilation still, though, so he could definitely make something happen with that.
This is going to be one team fight as we're already approaching 99% here for overtime for our first point on New Junk City. That Ramatra ultimate does come out here from Stifty, looking very desperate for anything at all. Another rally here come from Lightning as well as that Blizzard. 3 ultimates here from the Bearcats. Nacho takes out Toby-Wan. Nervy Titan next. And they are looking very good as Stifty cleans up the entirety of the Wolverines, and UC will take your first point point on New Junk City.
Doppelganger and Waddle Dee do actually end up surviving that fight and are going to live to see another day unless they get, targeted down by the Bearcats right now. But Doppelganger probably will just be able to TP away and be the general nuisance that Kiriko is. Roman does have that Deadeye and the Orbital Ray coming up for this next fight, but the Wolverines do have that barrage and that Kitsune Rush as well.
Nervy Titan is looking for that barrage indeed. He wants to secure this point as quickly as possible, but that High Noon in the background from Rowan is approaching, but that Pharah barrage absolutely decimates the entirety of UC, potentially, as Nervy Titan trades out Nacho and Zek the Snack. But UC is on the point. They are capping. Are they able to capture this point before the Wolverines get on? No, they do, but that forces out the Kiriko Rush. There's only 3 Bearcats on point, and you're using Kiriko Rush. But that doesn't matter because Wolverines need to get this point. This is a must-win for Michigan.
Toby1 fell really, really low there. I wasn't sure if he was going to live, but Nacho now brings out that Orbital Ray just to make sure the Wolverines do not get this capture going for them yet. Nacho, that Orbital Ray didn't quite result in any kills, but the impact was still felt as it forced the Wolverines off the point. Now Toby1 using that Nemesis form to just stay alive and stay and contest that point. As Nervy Titan falls to Rowan with the name. Rowan gets a second one there onto Waddle Dee. He's looking for a third. He definitely is, but he's not going to be able to find one as UC do get that capture going.
That was a back and forth team fight there. That was a very, very long team fight. Especially UC was capturing the point. Wolverines flipped onto it, started capping. Bearcats went on, and just vice versa. Like, it was just so back and forth. I don't even know what to say, but regardless, we're looking at ults here now. 3 ultimates for the Bearcats are approaching, and the Wolverines are in very, very desperate times. They only have that Lucio B, and then only have that Ramatra ultimate as well. That Annihilation is coming online very quickly here for Toby1, though. But that doesn't matter because Stifty drops out his own, and the Bearcats are still continuously pushing forward here, counting up that percentage as quickly as possible. We're up to 70%. That forces out the Claymore's Lucio barrier. Looking for another one here. That Annihilation from Toby1 comes out. Here comes the High Noon from Rowan. 80% already here. He's able to get one. Nervy Titan goes down, looking for another one. Is he able to get one? Yes, he is. He's able to secure Doppelganger. He's looking for a third. Is he able to get the third? Yes, he is, as Toby1 goes down, and that secures the second point here on New Junk City.
We are on to match point Cohen here.
Yeah.
This is really, really exciting. We've got hopefully one final flashpoint if you're a Bearcats fan. We're hoping for a lot more flashpoints if you're a Wolverines fan here. Wolverines do have that Kitsune Rush to engage, and they're working on a barrage as well, but the Bearcats have that Blizzard. They're working on an Orbital Ray, and they have a rally as well. Bearcats hoping to use these ultimates efficiently and force out the Wolverines from this point in order to capture it. Here comes the Blizzard now from Zek the Snack. He finds one with Toby1, walls him off on the rest of the team, and comes the Juno Ray from Nacho just to secure this point. Nervy Titan does find Rowan, but the Bearcats are able to capture the point. Waddle Dee does trade out Nacho as well onto the Torborn, but Stifty finds him later. Nervy Titan, very, very low HP, and Stifty gets the double there onto Nervy Titan.
Yeah, that was very, very good here for the Bearcats. That wall was insane there by Zek the Snack on that Blizzard. I've seen that so many times with that wall. Just if you get the tank, all you want to do is just wall off that tank from the rest of his supports. Can't do anything. Even if it's a Ramatra and Nemesis form, he's just going to absolutely blow up, and that's what we've seen there.
Yeah, like you said there, that tank being forced out, very, very drastic for the Wolverines. He has the barrage in play, but he doesn't quite get anyone with it, and Rowan stares him down and takes him down as well, but he does fall to Claymore. Rally now coming out for Lightning to counter out that Kitsune Rush from Doppelganger as the Wolverines are forced back, forced to retreat, and forced for this last fight to regroup.
Looking at 80% here for our Queen City Clash. A double match point. UC has a 2-0 lead in all ways. Stifty has that Nemesis form, has that Annihilation up. Rowan has that High Noon. Zek the Snack is approaching that Blizzard. High Noon comes out. Is he looking for one? He might be able to get one as Toby1 is on there. Here comes the Molten Core from Waddle Dee. Wolverines are in very desperate times. That's Annihilation here from Toby1 comes out, and he's absolutely getting drained as he is at 130 HP, and he's absolutely blowing up as he is looking desperate for this point. This is a must-need for the Wolverines as that Lucio barrier does come out 99% still, as Nacho is probably going to get picked off here, and the Wolverines were able to secure it at the end of that point. What a must-win victory there for the Wolverines as they finally take the point.
They used a lot of ults, but they also built some good ult charge on that barrage and that Kitsune rush as well there. That was a very good fight win for the Bearcats. However, Zach the Snack does have another Blizzard, and Nacho does have another Orbital Ray. This is going to be very, very difficult fight for the Wolverines to win, as these ults are going to come out here shortly.
Momentarily, we will see a lot of colors on the screen here probably, as 40% is up for the Wolverines. They have one ultimate to their name. They have that Kiriko rush, but that doesn't matter because Nervy Titan takes out Nacho there, and this is another big moment for the Wolverines as they use that Kiriko rush as well, and now they only have that Pharah barrage, but that doesn't matter because they're already at 60% here, but I do think the Bearcats have another touch.
That Pharah barrage, though, is definitely going to be, it has to be very, very big for the Wolverines. Now, Nervy Titan, a spectacular Pharah player in his own right, but will he make this barrage work? Out comes the Orbital Ray now from Nacho. The Bearcats going to walk in now on a bit of a split angle here with Zach the Snack on the left. Forced out that cryo, but it doesn't matter because Rowan finds one on Doppelganger. He pops the Eye Noon, doesn't quite get one, and it gets taken down by Wadley as Nervy Titan finds one with the Fire Barrage and the Zach the Snack. Wadley finds another with the turret, and Toby1 takes out Lightning. Wadley still has that Molten Core if he needs it, but they're not going to, as the Wolverines do take their first flashpoint here on New Junk City.
That indeed, that was very, very well played there by Michigan. They were down 99% and used their ults. They used one ultimate to secure one team fight each. They only used two ultimates to get this entire point, which is very, very massive there for the Wolverines, and that just worked exactly in their favor, as Toby1 now has that Annihilation, Waddle Dee has that that Molten Core, but one thing that they do need to keep in mind is Nervy Titan on Pharah is going to be very, very tricky on this next flashpoint, because look how closed in this is. You don't really have anywhere to go. You're going to be on the ground the majority of the time, and it's going to be tricky, especially into this Rowan. Is he able to get her? Yes, he is, and he secures that kill, and it looks like Bearcats will be in a very good spot here as the Wolverines continuously back up.
Yeah, Bearcats going to get that capture on the point and start ticking towards 100%. The Wolverines will not be able to recontest without that Pharah player, without Nervy Titan. That damage output just so crucial for them in order to push. They really need that full team together. They can't really risk these staggers happening. Zach the Snack has the Blizzard in hand, gonna use it in this small corridor if he can, but I think the Wolverines are aware of that and they're kiting out very, very well. The rally now coming out for Lightning to try and save Rowan's life, but it's not in time. Stiffsy gets one onto Claymore, but the Annihilation comes out as well from both teams. Toby1 finds one onto Lightning, but Zach the Snack's got the Blizzard out to save the rest of the team. Bearcats now taking over 50%, but Stiffsy's on very, very low HP. Both tanks very, very low. Zach the Snack does unfortunately fall to Toby1 there, and the Wolverines are able to capture that point in that very, very scrappy ult fight.
Yeah, one thing that surprised me is you seen how far UC was playing back. I mean, Stiff T was all the way outside of this enclosed area off of point, and they still had point presence. I don't know what was going on point, but I think like half of the Bearcats were outside, and that point was still getting fought at. It looked very funky to me, but regardless, Bearcats have 62%. We're approaching 40 here for Michigan, and they're in a very good spot. They have 3 ults ready to go. Bearcats are approaching 1 or 2, but that Kitsune rush comes out prematurely, and it looks like it may take out Stiff T as that rocket barrage comes out as well. Lightning does go out, and Stiff T is looking to make anything work as another one by Nervy Titan. Zach the Snack goes out. Rowan gets a nice headshot there on Waddle Dee, looking for another. Is he able to get anything at all? No, he isn't. But if I were on the Bearcat side, I would back up here. You need to get out. You need to make things work, but that won't happen because Wolverines will come back and probably take this point.
That was such a good fight win there for the Wolverines. The Bearcats committed the Orbital Ray there as well. So that's another ult gone off Bearcats. Stiffy tries to get in there, gets the touch for the overtime, but doesn't get much further than that. Zach the Snack now swapping over to the Pharah to match Nervy Titan.
That indeed, and we're already up to 2-2 here on our last flashpoint of New Junk City. I don't know what to say here. I mean, we got so many ults ready to go for either side. I mean, each side only has about 2, but it's going to still be a very, very messy fight on either side. It looks like the Wolverines will get to point first, so they're going to have that point advantage. But regardless, it looks like Zach the Snack will swap over to that Pharah and look to cause some problems as well. Because Nervy Titan is getting a lot of usage on this, but it doesn't matter because Rowan is also getting a lot of hits on her as well. regardless, High Noon on point to secure this one for the Bearcats does come out here. It doesn't really matter if he doesn't get anybody because they now have this point presence. And it's just going to go back and forth. Bearcats do secure this point. Here comes the Lucio barrier from Claymore to hopefully recontest this point for the University of Michigan, but nothing's happening. Lightning is on 1 HP. He's been on 1 HP this entire time, but that doesn't matter. He gets out. Nacho on 1 HP. Lightning as well does go out there, though, but 25%. Bearcats still have this as well. Molten Core comes out from Waddle Dee, and this looks very scrappy.
Yeah, it was very hard to tell who was going to win that fight there, but in the end, the Wolverines do come out victorious there. Waddle Dee putting on a great show there with the Torbjorn, got a very strong Molten Core, and got Timmy Turret there kill as well. I don't know if you caught that one.
Oh yeah, those were showing up on the right-hand side there. You've seen the Torb get about 3 or 4 kills, and shout out Timmy. Timmy did a lot of work there. But regardless, we will be heading into our next team fight here. Bearcats are approaching 4 to 5 ultimates very quickly. Zek the Snack will probably get that barrage very soon. That QCC rush does come out here from Lightning. Claymore goes down. Nervy Titan next. Here comes the High Noon from Rowan, looking to take out Tobywan. He almost gets it as that block does drop, and UC will retake this point.
Nacho does find the one onto Tobywan, and now Rowan's looking to clean up the rest of the back line for the Wolverines. He does find Doppelganger and Waddle Dee as well. However, the Wolverines do have 3 ultimates to the name, and Waddle Dee's going to swap back over to the Tracer to try and get back as quickly as possible with this team. Stifty does have the Annihilation, and Nacho's pretty close to that Orbital Ray. Looking a little dire there for the Bearcats for a while, but they've locked in. They're getting back into it. Wolverines now approaching the point. Nervy Titan looking for Rowan here, but doesn't quite find him. He's got the barrage in his hand as the Annihilation comes out. He does find Rowan with that barrage and finds Zek the Snack as well. The Annihilation comes out for Stifty. He can't find anything yet. The overtime counter has started for the Bearcats. Stifty's still at very, very high HP in this Annihilation form, but Lightning does fall to Nervy Titan. Waddle Dee getting ticked down slowly but surely by that Ramatra ult, but Nervy Titan is just putting on a show for us here on Farah, getting everybody there for the Bearcats. And the Wolverines will take that point now, getting close to 100%, or getting closer towards 100%.
Yeah, we will be approaching our final team fight of New Junk City here momentarily. Bearcats only have 1 ultimate to their name, and so does University of Michigan, technically. I mean, they do have that Lucio barrier approaching, 80% to that, but Waddle Dee in the back line of the Bearcats, looking to get this Pulse Bomb and potentially Nacho as well. Here comes that Justice reigns above. Rowan takes out Nervy Titan. Tobywan goes down as well as we are approaching our next overtime situation as that Pulse Bomb goes out. Nobody's still dead yet. It's still 3v5 here as Nacho almost gets one. Claymore goes out next. Here comes the High Noon by Rowan, and he's going to secure the fight for the win for the Bearcats, sending us home for our Queen City Clash land. UC 3-0 over the University of Michigan, going home with that prize pool and that trophy.
Absolute cinema. These games this weekend have been absolutely incredible. I think this might have been the best one. We went to the full 5 flashpoints on New Junk City. It was back and forth the entire time. I could not tell who was going to win this one, but the Bearcats end up victorious, winning out their 2nd Queen City Clash in a row.
Back-to-back Queen City Clashes, and we've seen only a few teams from last year rejoin us. So this is a brand new lineup, and we are so happy that every team participated in this, and we are so grateful for all of you. We have broken so many viewership records on between 2 streams. I just want to note 2 streams. We had back and forth, and we averaged a total of 300 viewers, and we are so grateful for that. And on behalf of the entire UC exec board, we thank you so much for supporting us and Queen City Clash. We really hope to bring this into the entire nation. I mean, we have people from Texas coming around. We have people from Alvernia. We have people from Penn State. Vermont as well. We have people from New Jersey. It's just amazing, and I'm so happy to be part of this and running everybody's production. I've been Cohen Daviduck, your production manager. Thanks, guys. Thanks to my prod people. You guys are awesome. I love all of you. You guys are fantastic. And I just want to mention, Queen City Clash has not gotten any viewership records on like this on any other game, and I am so happy that we have been part of this. Out of everybody, I had about 15 people volunteer for this. Nobody here is getting paid. This is everybody's time. People were here for 14 hours yesterday, I want to mention. And people are driving from Cleveland to this
people
thing.
Are driving
so I'm so proud of
town,
I'm so proud of this community, and we had so many people join us. It's been awesome. Thank you to everybody that has participated in this. Like, again, my name's been Cohen Daviduck.
I've been Danny Konechny. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah, this has been awesome, and we will see you next year for our Queen City Clash here on UC Esports. On behalf of the entire UC Overwatch exec board and the UC Esports exec board, we thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you all next time. Peace out.